Hello. Another day. Um, yeah, yeah. You know, things don't happen by accident. People are not placed in other people's lives by accident. Nah, miss me with that lesson shit. Miss me with that lesson shit. I think it's more ancestral than anything. I'm speaking for myself. It could be a different situation for you. But anyway, you know, one second. I just ate something real, like, what did I eat? I ate something good. But anyway, um you know, it's just kind of funny how life works. It's funny how life works. People are placed in your path, and like, you just never know, you know what I mean? What if it's, excuse me, I'm so sorry. What if, damn, that's good as hell. What if the people that is placed around you, they had something maybe to do with, now, say like you're surrounded by people who just don't get ill. They don't get ill. You know, they don't listen when you speak. They always seem to disrupt your peace. They make your children sad. Provoke them for no reason. Just to see them mad so they can feed. All of that, right? But what if the people that were placed in one's life is actually something that my ancestors are showing me, yo, these are the people that caused the reason why I'm not around you right now. Who knows, right? Who knows? And if that's the case, like, why not? Like, why be, I don't know. I feel like when you don't like somebody, you're around that person you don't like, people. My natural instinct is just to stay away. Distance is key, is the best solution. Why the fuck not, right? But no. Because think about it. There's only one demographic. Let's see, how can I put this? There's only one ethnic group that's very, very, very well known throughout his story, right? Very well known. They like to be in the camera a lot. They like to be inside the box. You know, that TV box. We're gonna let this airplane fly by so y'all can hear me. Oh, y'all might still hear me. I'm impatient. Come on now. Go, 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 go. So, there's only one group of people that I could think of without even reading a damn book, just off of memory alone, who would be around a person or other people or another group of people that they don't like, right? Like they have this weird ass energy towards them. but they just cannot help but be so close and around them. You know? And then sometimes if they're not showing up in their usual skin, they'll show up in skins that they have no business in being in. Okay? There were videos I did in my other channel that explained how, like, now check this. Everything that I talk about, no matter what it is, everything I talk about, every word coming out my mouth, everything that I do is literally my ancestors speaking, operating everything through me. Because I passed away already. The only difference between these individuals that was surrounding themselves around me and my real family and myself, the common denominator with us is that we all dead. You know, we all passed away at one point. For real. Then, here's the difference between us dead people. The difference is there's not a white person inside of me. You could tell by my speech. You could tell by how I conduct myself, my behaviors. You could tell that I got love in me. You could tell by how I treat my own cat. You could tell how I treat animals in general. You could tell how, you know, animals come up to me effortlessly, like they feel safe around me. You could tell when you witness me and my child feels very comfortable, safe, loved, embraced, free to express themselves because they're not afraid. You understand? They feel loved. So you know that there's, you know, that there's not nobody invaded in my body, took over, and say that they are me, aka the fraud, aka, you know, this is exactly how my ancestors showed me. They showed me the white settlers, okay, aka settler magic. But you know, I'm not gonna get too much into it because they're gonna feel like, oh my God, how are they supposed to know that? Look, you know, beautiful things happen to a person when they spend a lot of alone time by themselves. They get to know themselves, and like, I feel like that's the main key to making sure that nobody invades and take over your body, your vessel. Try to take over, say, the lives of your freaking children by pretending to be you, pretending that you're still alive, even though they were probably the cause that got your ass up out of here. And they're wearing your skin now when they have no business of wearing your skin. So, that was kind of cool, actually. That was a cool look on them. I don't see that every day. But anyway, cool look. Now, if you're triggered by this video by in any way, shape, or form, well, I only can say this because of that. I'll say maybe you're triggered because you don't know your own history. Maybe you're triggered because you don't know what your people did back in the freaking day. When it comes to individuals like us that they try to paint as, while you guys are seen as, you feel me? You've heard of the phrase, everybody has a story. Okay, that's real. And the narrative of that story is but typically, naturally, and organically between spirit and that individual, not the white supervisor. I'm just going to say it plainly, not the white supervisor. You know, you guys call yourselves white, but we all, anyway. History, okay? History will tell you what you need to know. I'll just leave it at that, all right? Just like how melanated people did not name themselves black people, okay? And honestly, I agree with Raven Simone on that one, because you know, there's people out there that want to get on her case because she says she's not black. Excuse me, moi. Excuse me. Okay? She has her own knowledge of herself, period. No one else has the knowledge of her except her. The knowledge that actually matters. And there is always reason why she says what she says. You know? People think that they know a person better than that person know themselves. And it's that very ego, it's that very, you know, dangerous ground that they tread, that they feel very egotistical about, that get themselves in a lot of trouble in ways that they never would have foreseen. All because they want to be all up in someone else's business, trying to know everything about that person. Anywho, yeah, no, she's right. We're not black. Because whatever we were naturally before these pale people came about out of the blue, whatever you guys call yourselves, you guys gave us, you guys, not gave, how I'm going to put this? Because I'm not going to make it like it's a situation between, you know, the native Indians and these white settlers. Basically, they're just recycling the same playbook from how they did the Native Americans. Like, they're just recycling the same shit. It's 2025, 2026, and it's the same thing, just in different forms. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, no. Find out what year white people became white people. Find out. Just find out. And then find out when they started to refer to us as black, as though it's something to avoid. Oh my God. You know, they're the cause of everything bad. They are filled with diseases, right? Right? When in actuality, they're the main fear-mongering walking creatures. They're the major fear-mongering creatures that, you know, like to boast themselves as such and walk this whole planet like they own it. When the land herself detests what they try to claim each and every given time. How do you know? Well, you know, just look at their damn health. They always had health issues. You know, anyway, this is not a bashing video about, you know, the pale people that wanted to feel belonged and shit. But here, feel belonged. The fuck you mean feel belonged? You mean take over? You mean, ooh, I could control this person? You mean take resources, whether it's a person, place, thing, children, women, their wombs, their bodies, control their movements, you know. Anyway, I think I'm getting off topic here. But no, like, if you feel triggered by this video, maybe you gotta do some research on your own. Self-reflection. What's your history? You don't gotta talk about it. Just, you know, educate yourself. I'm sure there's a lot of positive things about pale people as well, okay? There's a lot of positive things, you know. I guess I'm supposed to say that. Anyway, but no, seriously, like I'm not, you know, but no, minding your own business just is peaceful. It's peaceful. It keeps you out of trouble. It keeps your ass in your own lane. You feel me? Keeps you and your children safe when you mind your own business. But then it's like, is that a damn crime? You understand? Because I'm feeling like mind your own business is a crime. At this point, minding your own business is a damn crime, apparently. It's the biggest crime you commit. It's the biggest crime that a woman especially can commit. Especially. When a woman minds her own business, she don't talk too much. She focuses on what she's trying to focus on. You know, like in my case, I'm trying to save my child from circumstances that some are aware of, others are not, or maybe everybody's aware of, but too scared to say anything because they might have witnessed some, really messed up things with other people who had attempted the same thing. Don't know. But it's a crime to mind your own business, apparently. It's a crime to get to know yourself. It's a crime to think quietly. It's a crime to keep yourself happy. Keep that joy in you. It's a crime. Speaking of crime, the whole court concept thing. History. All I can say is just do your own research, however. And for me, myself, and I just kind of go with the river of the guidance that I get. It can't be explained. It can't be taught. It can't be fucking lectured about. None of that shit. And I'm still the same person that I've always been since I was a baby, since I was a toddler. Same exact person that I was when I first, decided to do these YouTube channel videos and stuff. Honestly, I started this as a self-therapy for myself. I never got a chance to hear myself speak really like that. Never got a chance to really see myself, I don't take too many pictures. You know what I mean? Like that, so. But I guess, I'll tell you one thing though. What prompted me to even get the concept, the idea of wanting to do YouTube videos, period, put myself out there. For one, I was not being listened to in my environment at all. So say if I'm in a real pickle, and I mean quite a pickle, to where like, here's a pit somebody dug and it's real deep, so deep that it's hard to climb out of, and I'm in the pit type shit. And no matter how loud I get, no one can hear me. It's kind of like that. So, when you find yourself in a place like that, you like, and this is metaphorically speaking, okay? This is metaphorically speaking. Me, myself, and I'm a creative person. I think creatively. I use the little resources I have around me to the optimal function that I can, I could possibly do. So you start to, like, okay, no one wants to hear me out, surrounded, but everyone is playing the whole see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Basically, the blind justice, liberty statue type shit, okay? Like blind justice, all right? So, AKA injustice. Injustice running rampant type shit. So, like, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? My ancestors were speaking to me. They actually shown me what's good, you know, big ass, big ass, big ass, big ass crocodile in space, gaping its mouth like it's about to swallow and chomp on something. And here I am in the middle of space, right? I see this big ass crocodile in the middle of space, bro. Like, this crocodile is so damn large. Large. And I mean large. Like, there's no escaping that. And I'm just flowing and flowing, and I find myself entering the mouth of the crocodile, right? Flowing in there. I'm in there now, right? And then here comes another crocodile in space, but this one's a little different. This one has a light coming from the throat, coming from the inside of the mouth, a light coming from there, right? Right. And here I am. I'm flowing right inside of the mouth of that crocodile. From that, my ancestors was basically making it real obvious that, hey, speak. This is the time to speak now. So I'm like, okay, well, physically, tangibly speaking, when I woke up, I know everyone that was surrounding me, which was, family, whatever, wasn't really listening to me like that. Okay? They was not listening. No one was listening. Right? And then weird ass behaviors of people in the neighborhood, right? So, with all that going on, I'm like, you know what? Let me try something a little different. They want me to speak, but ain't nobody around me physically is trying to hear me speak. So, I'm always, get talked over all that shit. But my ancestors heard me loud and clear. That's when I started to do YouTube videos. My whole premise of this is to save myself and my child, aka children, from a really dark pit that we are currently in. Hoping that somebody out there in the world, okay, even if it's not this damn country, in the fucking world, can hear this voice. I don't do this for entertainment. I don't do this for entertainment. I do this for survival. Hoping that somebody will hear, somebody would, they got courage in them. Somebody got courage out there to be able to, I don't know. All I know is I do what my ancestors tell me to do. It's like, there's this movie. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, though. It's kind of intense. All right, it's kind of my ass. It's very intense. And there's this little girl, right? She wasn't too small. She's like, she seemed to be like middle school age. Like, yeah, something like that. Like middle school age, because she had, a good amount of intelligence about her. Unusual intelligence, right? due to her connection to her ancestors. So anyway, there was a war going on. She's melanated, you know what I mean? And she has a connection to her ancestors, you know. They appear before her, you know, during like real intense, like, you know, crisis that happens around her, near her, or what is about to come towards her. There's this scene in there where she's hiding in the forest, right? Because she hears, you know, people coming. So she's hiding in the forest and she's looking around, being, you know, real quiet and everything. And there is her ancestors literally appeared before her, like inside the trees, guiding her when to move. Move this way, move that way. Step back a few steps. Step back. Run that way. Now. Hurry, like right now is the perfect time. Now. Okay, stop. You know, guiding her, making sure that she's, you know, she stayed alive and everything. So anyway, I don't remember the name of the movie. But it might have been an African movie. It might have been. It might have been an African movie, but it was a very, 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 very intense movie. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But it was intense. But let's just say that movie's not for the faint of heart. Okay, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Do not watch this with your children unless they're used to, you know, seeing certain things. So they're used to seeing certain things, you know, still, like, you want to be careful what you expose yourself and your children to visually, because sometimes some things you witness, you cannot scrub out of your memory. Like, it stays. Okay? So, you know, just be real careful what you expose yourself or your children. But, yeah, anyway, the whole point of me sharing that is it's something similar to what happened to me. Very, very similar. With that little girl's connection to her ancestors, helping her navigate through the war that was going on. Because she was all alone. She didn't have any family. Her family was, you know what I mean? Let's just say in that movie, to have knowledge of healing of any kind, especially knowledge of how to heal yourself, plants, whatever. Anything that benefits yourself or others in a healing fashion is punished. Let's just say that. Okay? On some witch hunt type shit, in a way. So I'm just going to leave that at that, because it was quite an intense movie. That was intense. But it's what's happening right now, you know? Minding your own business apparently is a crime. You know, minding your own business is a crime. Knowing how to heal yourself is a crime. Hence the reason why, you know, these groups of rapists and fucking women murderers. When I say women murderers, I'm talking about, you know, these femicides caused by groups of men who are envious of women, envious of, you know, just their ability to freaking, their ability to have children. why would a patriarchal society even exist? Why would a patriarchal society exist? You know what I mean? Inside, like, in the midst of a planet that is entirely female. Like the planet is a womb herself. Like she has a womb. Not wound, womb. With the B at the end. Like, what's with all the unnecessary chaos? What's up with that? I didn't want to touch on this, and I'm not going to elaborate on it either. I'm not going to think about it too much. But just recently, you know, the 8 children. Yeah. Just recently. Yeah. Yeah. There is such thing as, now that's a perfect example of females and children not being safe in a patriarchal society. That's all I can say on that note when it comes to that, that unfortunate happening. Women and children not safe in patriarchal societies. We see it all the time, whether they want to show it on the news or not. Right? It happens all of the time. We don't see the news of what happens to people underground, do we? You don't see anything on the news when it comes to just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, the real news comes, I get the real news when it comes to, my ancestors show me something. I get the real news from that. But yeah, anyway, let's get off that topic because that's my freaking Lord. And what's crazy is the focus is all on the Father, right? God. But no one wants to mention the mother, though. No one wants to mention how the mother was feeling, how she's doing. Is she okay? You feel me? I mean, that's a lot of fucking children. 8 children, bitch. So, I'm going to leave that at that. I don't know about... I don't know. But what I do know is all those children, I feel like they're at peace, man. They're at peace. They're at peace. The ultimate mama is Mama Nature. The ultimate mama is Mama Universe. Mama Universe takes care of all of her children. You know what I mean? Mama Universe knows. She knows what her children had to go through in this patriarchal society umbrella on her body. On her body. Okay? So, anyway, good God. So, yeah, when I do these videos, it's not for entertainment. It's for self-therapy. And largely it's due to what my ancestors shown me. They wanted me to speak and continue to speak. So I can be able to save my child from, being around people that, I don't really care for. I don't hate nobody and all of that. I don't want romance. Like, where the fuck? You guys are sick in the head. Anyway, these weird male groups that like to, keep a hush-hush on some societal shit. Menace to societal shit. But they want to keep their weird-ass nasty habits on the hush-hush. Mistreat women and children for sport. Nah, largely for profit. but they still get a kick out of it, so it's a sport, right? Man. But I was able to find some time in my day today. I wanted to do another video. My ancestors like it when I speak. I feel like this is the most freedom I have, my voice. That's the most freedom I have right now. And I'm using that to get myself and save my child from being surrounded by a bunch of people that don't really love him like that, or don't really love her like that. The same that they done to me when I was younger. And the thing is, I always had a suspicion, even when I was a teenager, actually. Initially, I never wanted to have children. Initially. Because I didn't want them to go through what I had to go through coming up. You know, it was not cool. It was not cool. You know, I wanted to get out the damn country. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be far away. I wanted to live by myself, have my own sanctuary. Like, it's nothing like a woman having her own sanctuary, being able to breathe easy, to go her own pace without being rushed. Throughout my life coming up, I had to witness women being rushed here, rushed there, rush. Stress all the time, got too much on her plate, got a lot to do all the time. She never has time to rest. You know? Running around with a chick with a head cut off, metaphorically speaking. I didn't want to be a female like that. I didn't even feel it in my veins that I even can, I operate like that. I flow like that. I don't resonate. And I knew I didn't resonate. That's why, as a teenager, I wanted to be out the damn house as often as possible. As often. So I would use the fact that, particular men would like me. I would use that to my advantage to be able to be somewhere else instead of being at home. Just be somewhere else. Any other atmosphere, a peaceful atmosphere. I don't even want to talk to nobody. I didn't even want to talk to him. You know what I mean? Whoever I was with at the time. I didn't want to talk to him like that. I just wanted to enjoy my own silence and peace, because I couldn't do that at home. Yeah, like, it was just always about being somewhere else other than home. There was a whole lot of trauma just accumulating because it would happen back to back to back. So there was a whole lot of, I was always, like, even when I was dating and all of that, I have a boyfriend or just somebody I fucked, you know what I mean? Whatever. I was too busy just researching. I love just reading, researching. That's all I did. I would write a lot and I would research a lot. Because there was a lot of things that was going on the inside of me. The term you guys use a whole lot is spiritual. That's really, really majorly spiritually based. So I would just research a lot. Not research to teach other people and all that weird shit. Research for my own understanding of things. Wouldn't you feel uncomfortable if, not uncomfortable, you'll feel a little disturbed if later on you grow up a bit, had a child and all, and you find out that, there's a group of weird ass men the men that low-key was watching your ass since you were born, all up in your Kool-Aid, never knowing the flavor. Why? Because they have no flavor. Vanilla looking ass. Okay, vanilla looking ass motherfuckers who been doing this kind of shit for generations on out. That's why they felt comfortable doing it. One should be disturbed if they were looking at everything that you were looking at on your phones and what you researched and all that shit, and they decide, oh my God, this female, she knows too much. We need to kill her. We need to destroy her family, which they have. We need to take children away from her, which they have. Have the children be raised by one of ours, vanilla looking ass, but in the guise of someone she's familiar with melanin. Back to my point. One thing that me and the people around me have, the common denominator is we're all dead. But the difference between all of us is, the difference between me and them, vanilla didn't get up in here at all like that. Even if they did, guising as a young black male, right? Guising as a young melanated male, but they were actually a racist ass white person, a racist ass white man raping a melanated female. This melanated female thinking that this melanated male is actually a melanated male on the inside and out. Thoughts, behaviors. Oh yeah, sure, he's a little different because he came from somewhere different. Suburban life, who knows, you know what I mean? But nah, what my ancestors showed me was I was actually being raped by a white man the whole damn time. They showed me literally the white man being right on top of me, doing their thing, and a light-skinned melanated female that resembled a lot like myself. They were showing me that I was being raped by a white man the whole time. Every time I closed my eyes. Not every time, but, surrounded by a lot of racist white people. I'm not talking about the living ones. I'm talking about the ones that are either bots or they died a long time ago and they also killed, a whole lot of melanated people and body snatched their vessel and walking as though these people are still living. But they're really racist white people that, wanted to extend their own life force because they didn't want to die. They're afraid of death. They're afraid of the dark. They're afraid of anything that they can't control, okay? I mean, come on. Look at what's going on right now. They can't control a woman that thinks for herself, that minds her own business, that's trying to save her child from their grasp. And I think they have a lot to do with being behind a lot of government programs that have been going on for a while. But, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, man, I didn't even mean for this video to be long because I'm actually in the middle of trying to, what's today? Tuesday? I don't know. I'm in the middle of trying to do something. But I figured, I got juice on my phone. I might as well do one right now. Might as well. So, here I am. But no, I still got these earplugs in here. Oh my god. I was talking to y'all the whole damn time with these earplugs in my ear. Oh boy. You know what? Give me 1 second. Let me put this in my little thingity thing. 1 second. R and L. There we go. But yeah, you know, like every day, 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 I am fighting every day, every day, every day, every day, so I can save my child every day, every day, every day. The goal is to get me and my children in our own home, no man around us, no white supervisor, no male monitor, aka male supervisor, around us at all. Us getting what's been stolen from us, from my real family. Any money that's been made off of us, any money that's been made off of my children, any money that's been made off my real parents, any money that's been made off my real grandparents, any money that's been made off of me. We're getting that too. That includes TV shows, movies, that includes even commercials. It's very freaking obvious. It's so obvious. Okay? Where'd you get the inspiration from? Because one thing about a particular group of people throughout history that many other groups of people are already aware of, they like to take things and put it in their name like they invented it and they created it. We're very aware of that. So whatever money that's been made off of my real family, including myself, we are getting that money back on top of everything that's been stolen from me and my real family, on top of reparations, because this was a damn plantation and you tried to enslave my family. You tried to do that. Whether you have, you attempted, you're trying to keep a certain narrative to the masses. I mean, this is what you guys stereotypically do. But the stereotype is true. The stereotype is very true when it comes to y'all. You guys have no originality. Vanilla, you guys have no... Now, look, I love vanilla. Not in that way. Not in the, ooh, I wanna have sex with you. No, never in a day. Never in a day. Personally. Not knocking anybody who likes that vanilla, you know, when it comes to their genitals and all that. That's on y'all. But my experience with vanilla, I've been raped by vanilla, okay? Both boldface, they appeared vanilla boldface while they had weapons in the back of their trunk. Yeah. Usually when you're in a situation like that, you don't want to fight. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow or you're going to be chop suey. You know? So just go with the flow. It's disgusting, but just go with the flow. Just make it out of that car. Make it out. Make sure you're still breathing. You're alive. Make it out. As a melanated woman, like, I didn't want my walls to be torn the fuck apart. No, I don't. So I went with the flow. Right? Because they're real sensitive. You know, they're white fragility. Oh, did I say that right? White fragility, like fragility. Yeah, I think I said that right. Vanilla fragility, white fragility, whatever. It's a very real thing, and it's still freaking real today. You know? It's 2006, and it's still real. White women can keep their damn eyes off me. Their men can't keep their eyes off me neither, which fuels their eyes to just be fixated, right? Oh yeah, beautiful children. They want to steal them too, kidnap them too, trying to trap them in adoption programs and all that shit. You know? And you know, they love the freaking phone. They love to call them corrupt cops. They love to call the corrupt child protective services. Yeah, they're corrupt as hell. They're just an operation, in my opinion, who likes to kidnap other people's children. A kidnapping service, basically. It's a kidnapping operation service disguised as child protective services. You know, one day I was walking, minding my own business. Once again, I'm committing a crime. I'm committing the crime of minding my own business, right? So anyway, here I am doing that. Broad daylight. Like, it's not nighttime. It's not about to be. No, it's broad daylight. Midday, bitch. Midday. It's midday. And here comes these motherfucking corrupt cops coming the opposite direction, but decides to right in front of me, almost running over me while I'm walking on the sidewalk. Okay. They get out their car, and it's two of them. Vanillas. You know, we received a call that you've been stealing out of these suburban homes' mailboxes. We need to confiscate your bag and look in it and see if you have any mail in there. Just that alone tells me that these corrupt cops, the corrupt police force, they take what vanilla people, pale people say seriously. Okay? Yeah. Approaching the melanated person, they're too scared and too sensitive to do that. Okay? Too sensitive. I mean, all these years pass on and still, like, if it's in the blood, it's in the blood, right? So, yeah, no. True justice comes from spirit, because it's not ever going to come from man. Ever. And it's definitely not going to come from the patriarchal society umbrella. Oh, no. They will always look after their own interests. And you know who their own interest is? Their own interest? Where that big ass mosquito? Okay. There's a big ass mosquito looking thing over here. Anyway. Make sure it's not landing on me. So anyway. Yeah. We cannot expect true justice to come from the patriarchal society. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. They like to delay. They like to, they will always look after the interests of men. Okay? And upon the ladder of the patriarchal society, who's on top of that? What do they look like? White settlers? White settlers? Why build a society that goes against nature herself? Why? Like, why build a society that goes against Mama Nature herself, that goes against the very planet that you're on? You gotta be an idiot. You gotta be dumb as hell. You gotta be dumb as hell to chop so many trees down. you're basically chopping down ancestors that's been here for a long time. That's what you're doing. You're chopping down in, the ancestors that's been, because, the trees are our ancestors. Hello. And who are these group of people who are pale as hell that look sick? They look sick. They cough all the damn time. What's wrong with them? Don't they know what foods to eat to make them feel better? Or do they relish in that sickness and ugh. Smelly smell. I don't know. But yeah, so I just felt like just speaking my mind. During this time, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Whatever. I don't do this shit for entertainment anyway. I'm doing it so I can be able to save myself and my children from out of this dark city. 1990s movie, Dark City. I love that movie. Yeah. It's a really good movie. This is very much like Dark City. Remember the time when they put down some of the Dark City snippets that I put on my Facebook channel? Oh my God. It's like they should be putting down videos like that when it comes to gruesome images that people try to put on the internet, or I don't know, that's supposed to be a public space, you know what I mean? They're supposed to be putting, videos down like that. They're supposed to be putting down videos that, show butt, booty, naked women from the, unless it's educational purposes, but no, they're putting down videos that exposes them. Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, so this is not an invitation to the opposite sex to approach me, to try to tame me. There's no taming. Because that's the very problem with the patriarchal society. You guys love to tame and, collect collectibles, properties, so you can control shit. Control the woman and her body, control her children. No. That reality is not a reality over here with me and my children. And hey, you try anyway? Well, you guys invited yourselves inside of an energy that is not for the best interests of you, nor your loved ones, nor anybody that's connected to you. You invited yourself in my energy. I didn't barge in yours. The Pale people invited themselves upon their own demise when they wanted to approach the natives. The natives didn't embarge and invade and insert themselves inside of the Pale people's reality and world, did they? The native people didn't give these Pale motherfuckers diseases and shit. The natives were the ones that knew what to do when, things come up in their life without making it a spectacle. Without broadcasting, oh my God, look what I'm doing. Aren't I a good person? The natives don't have to do that. Yet, we're very warm. We're very open-hearted. By nature, like a child. Children are open-hearted by nature. Unless, they come in many different rainbows of personalities, okay? Many hues of the rainbow of personalities. Once again, this is not a hate bash against the pale people, guys. I'm literally just speaking my personal truth. I'm speaking the truth of my ancestors that had to live through what they had to live through dealing with these pale people. And unfortunately, these same pale people is the same pale people my real mom, my real dad, my real grandparents, the same pale people that they had to deal with is the same pale people I gotta deal with. For now. Oh, it's not gonna last forever. Oh, no. Because you see, the white devil likes to steal time and energy, right? Space. We know this. Okay? The devil that's mentioned in the, in the good book. They're actually talking about them. And any other, ethnic group that are similar to these pale people and the ways and how they move, yeah, I'm talking about them too. If you guys are whitewashed, if you guys are pale washed, then yeah, I'm talking about y'all too. You guys aren't native to the planet. You guys aren't contributing to the planet in a healthy way. So any soul that's not trying to contribute to the planet in a healthy way, it never lasts long. So why even engage in something that is not going to last long, and your ass is probably not even going to last long either, because you wanted to engage in it. And it's typically always for what? Profit. Profit. We'll do anything for the profit. We'll do anything for the profit. We'll do anything for the profit. 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 To kill a prophet for profit. We will continue to kill prophets for more profits. 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 Okay. We love to destroy prophets and their families. We love to make them homeless and take the children away from them so they can be sad and depressed. Sad and depressed because we feed on that. We need that to stay alive. We don't know anything about healing ourselves. We stink like trash. Profits. All right, so I'm about to wrap it up real quick because I don't want this video to so I may do another video later. Who knows? We'll see what's going on, but I'm about to go ahead and get to work. Get this money, yun. In the meantime, because the girl need to eat, we gotta eat. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope you guys have a great day. And hey, once again, you know what I mean? Once again, just do your own research, you feel me? If you would like to stop being clowned and whatnot, pale motherfuckers, stop approaching me, okay? Give me back what you stole. Give me and my children back what you stole. Okay? Give my child back. Well, Spirit is already working on that. You guys are... It's crazy because I feel like... would y'all's corpses even be beneficial to the planet at all? How when a person pisses and they poop on the ground and it actually fertilizes the ground. When melanated corpses, we make it the soil nutritional and everything, because everything about us is very, very nutritional, because we're natives to the planet. Would y'all corpses actually be also nutritional to the planet as well? I don't know. Has anybody done a study on that? White settlers. Look, you guys have named yourselves white people. We didn't. Y'all did that. Everything that has ever been happening ever in life, y'all did that. Y'all made sure y'all names was on there. And any of us in the world can look it up. It's not forbidden knowledge. It's public knowledge. You guys just weren't aware until somebody brought it to your attention. But you guys like to play dark jokes on us a lot, right? So stop with the damn games. Give me and my family back what you stole. Until then, my ancestors want me to continue to speak. Ain't nothing that y'all pale motherfuckers can do about it. Ain't nothing that y'all men in the societies can do about it. And what kind of sense does it make to try to attempt to recruit somebody that you have destroyed? You destroyed their families. You just, just all types of messed up things, right? And you think, oh, they're weak enough. We can approach them and we can make them a part of our team. And then once we get finished using them up, we can destroy them in the fashion that we've always fantasized about since they were born. Weird motherfuckers. But we're not allowed to have dark jokes. Okay. We're not allowed to have dark jokes. I mean, obviously, we're nutritional as hell. In history, in history, not to be gruesome like that, but y'all love to use us as for makeup, for cosmetics. Apparently, we taste good. Want to sound like us, want to look like us. There's nothing wrong with staying in your own lane, finding your own beauty, being yourselves, minding your own business. If you don't want your own nightmares to come true, bitch, just stay in your fucking lane and mind your own goddamn business. Damn.